In this video we are going to see about sampling theorem. So first we see about the condition for sampling. That means the signal x of t that must be band limited. That means the x of omega that is equal to 0 for omega greater than or equal to omega m value. So the signal must have a highest frequency of this omega m. The frequency is greater than or equal to this omega m, the value becomes 0. So this is the first condition. Second condition, we can get the sampled signal using this multiplication of this signal x of t with impulse train pulse del t of t, where this is the periodic signal with time period of t. So if you, and this is a x of t signal, you multiply this del t of t, so we will get sample version of this signal as like this. So here the impulse train is this with period t. So next condition is the sampling frequency omega s that is greater than or equal to 2 omega m, that is twice to that highest frequency of x of t. And also when this omega s is equal to 2 omega m, no guard band exists. Up to this level we don't have any guard band to separate the sample signal. When omega s is less than 2 omega m, now the low frequency components in sampled signal overlap on the high frequency component of x of omega. This is known as aliasing. So we will get distorted signal as the output. So these two are the important condition for perfect sampling, that is known as Nyquist rate, that is Fn, sampling frequency that is equal to 2Fm. So this is the important condition for sampling, that is a sampling frequency. This is known as Nyquist rate frequency, that is Fn is equal to 2Fm Hz. And also the Nyquist interval, the time period, that is equal to 1 by Fn, that is equal to 1 by 2 Fm seconds. And so this is time period and this is frequency. And now we find the Nyquist rate and Nyquist interval for the signal x of t is equal to sinc 100 pi t plus 3 sinc square 60 pi t. So this is, if this take this is signal is x1 of t and this signal is x2 of t. So x of t is equal to x1 of t plus x2 of t. And from that, from x1 of t we can declare the highest frequency here is 100 pi. And for x2 of t we can't take directly, so we can find this as 60 pi t. This is equal to sine 60 pi t divided by 60 pi t the whole square. So now we can write this as sine 60 pi t divided by 60 pi t into sine 60 pi t divided by 60 pi t. So now this is a multiplication. So for finding the maximum frequency of multiplication, we have to add the highest frequency of this two signal. So here this is 60 pi, here also 60 pi. So adding this we will get 120 pi. So this is the highest frequency of this signal. Now this is the addition of this two signal. For adding two signal we have to take the highest frequency of this two signal. So comparing this 100 pi and 120 pi, this is the highest frequency of this x of t. So this is the highest frequency. So omega m is equal to 120 pi, that is equal to 2 pi fm, that is equal to 120 pi. So pi get cancelled and 2, this is 60. So now fm is equal to 60 Hz. From that we can find Nyquist rate, that is Fn is equal to 2Fm. So 2 into 60 Hz, we will get 120 Hz. So this is the Nyquist rate of this signal x of t. From that we have to find the Nyquist interval t, that is equal to 1 by Fn, that is equal to 1 divided by 120 seconds, or this is equal to 0.0083 seconds. So this is a Nyquist interval of the signal x of t. Next question. The signal y of t is generated by convolving a band limited signal x1 of t with another band limited signal x2 of t. That is, y of t is equal to convolution of this x1 of t and x2 of t, where x1 of omega is equal to 0 for the limit omega greater than 100 pi, 1000 pi, and x2 of omega is equal to 0 for the limit of omega greater than 2000 pi. And they are using the sampling of impulse train sampling to get the sample version of this y of t, and specify the range of values for sampling period t, which ensure that y of t is recoverable from y this sampled version. So from this condition, convolution of this time domain, that is equal to x1 of omega into x2 of omega in frequency domain. And here the limit is, so 1000 pi, when reach this limit, this becomes 0. So the limit here is 1000 pi, that is the minimum value. So omega greater than 1000 pi, this is the limit. So we can declare this convolution is equal to the multiplication in frequency domain. And also we know this fm is equal to, that is 2 pi fm, that is omega m, and here the omega m value is this 1000 pi. So this is the maximum limit. We will get the values. After that value we will get 0 result. So the maximum frequency is 1000 pi. From that we can find fm, that is equal to 1000 by divided by 2 pi. So the result is 500 Hz. This is fm. From that we can find Nyquist rate, that is 2 into fm. We will get 2 into 500, that is equal to 1000 Hz. So this is Nyquist rate of that signal, and we have to find the Nyquist interval, that is 1 divided by Fn. So here is 1000, so 1000 Hz, we will get 0.001 second, otherwise 1 millisecond. So this is a time interval. So the condition for without aliasing, we will get, that is less than or equal to 1 by 2 fm. This is a condition. That means Fn, Nyquist rate, is greater than or equal to 2 fm, t inversely proportional to 1 by f, that is t is equal to 1 by f. So this t must less than or equal to 1 by 2 fm. So the range is, t must take the value 1 millisecond, and from this is 0. So the range is 0 to 1 millisecond. Next question, determine the Nyquist sampling rate and Nyquist sampling interval for x of t is equal to sin 80 pi t and sin 120 pi t. And first we solve A. So this is a multiplication. For multiplication we will take the maximum frequency as addition of this 1 plus signal 2. So this is, here is 80 pi and here is 120 pi. So we will get 80 pi plus 120 pi, that is equal to 200 pi. So the maximum frequency is 200 pi. This is equal to omega m, that is equal to 2 pi fm, is equal to 200 pi. So from that fm is equal to 100 Hz, and Nyquist interval we will get 2 into 100. So the answer is 200 Hz. And Nyquist time interval, that is 1 by Fn, here 1 by 200. So we will get 0.005 seconds, otherwise 5 milliseconds. So this is a Nyquist interval. Next B is x of t is equal to 1 by 2 sin 100 pi t plus 1 by 3 sin 50 pi t. So this is addition. For that, the maximum frequency we will get from taking the highest frequency among this signal 1 and this signal 2. So here this is 100 pi t, this is 50 pi t, so the highest frequency is 100 pi t. So we will get 100 pi t as a maximum frequency. From that, 2 pi fm is equal to 100 pi. So this is 50, fm is 50, and fz is equal to 2 into fm. We will get 100 hertz, and t is equal to 1 by 100, that is equal to 0.01 second. This is a Nyquist interval.